Grand afternoon. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the nomadic astrologer. My website is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. If August 26 eclipse season were a play, the total solar eclipse in Leo on August the 12th would be the dazzling opening act. All fire, applause, and bold new beginnings. What comes next is quieter, deeper, and in many ways more transformative on August the 28th, 2026. A newly total lunar eclipse in Pisces arrives at the second act, the emotional exhale after Leo's dramatic inhale. When and where to see the August 28 lunar eclipse. The full moon partial lunar eclipse peaks on August the 28th at 2026 at 12:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the moon at roughly 4 degrees and 55 minutes, Pisces opposing the sun in Virgo. For most of the Americas, that means the show unfolds on the night of August the 27th into the early hours of August the 28th, a perfect excuse to stay up late. Though technically a partial eclipse, don't let the label fool you. A remarkable 96.2% of the moon will be swallowed by the Earth's shadow, making this eclipse nearly total. Expect the moon to darken dramatically with only a bright silver escaping the deepest shadow. Visibility is generous. The eclipse can be seen across North, South America, parts of Europe and Africa. Hundreds of millions of people under the same shadow moon. Check the visibility for your city, and unlike a solar eclipse, this one is completely safe to watch with the naked eye, no glasses, no filters, just you, the sky, and a moon slipping into shadow. What the Pisces lunar eclipse means for each zodiac sign. Since it is the sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces opposing Virgo, we're going to start with them first. Pisces, this one is yours. The eclipse lights up your first house of identity and the emotional rebirth and personal. A version of yourself you have outgrown, a role, a self-image, an old story is ready to dissolve. Let it. What emerges on the other side is softer, truer, and unmistakably you. Honor whatever feelings surface. They are the doorway. Virgo, with the sun in your sign opposing the eclipse moon, your relationship takes the spotlight. A partnership, a romantic, business or deeper personal. Reach a turning point. Something is revealed or released, a dramatic, an unexpectation, perhaps the connection itself. Aim for honesty over control. What remains after this eclipse is what is genuinely built to last. Aries, the eclipse falls in your 12th house of rest, closure, and secrets. Something operating behind the scenes, a private struggle, an old grief, a hidden situation comes up for release. You are clearing the decks before a new chapter. Prioritize solitude, sleep, and quiet reflection. Not everything needs an audience to be healed. Taurus, your friendship and communities are shifting. This eclipse in your 11th house may bring a revelation about who truly belongs in your future and who you have outgrown. A group, a circle, or long-held dream may complete its arc. Grieve what is ending, and if you need to, your real people will still be standing afterward. Gemini, a career culmination arise. This eclipse crowns your 10th house of profession and public reputation, bringing a professional storyline, likely one running since the late 2024, to peak or a pivot. A road may end, a project may crest, recognition may land. Either way, clarity comes about where your path is truly headed. Cancer, your beliefs are evolving. This eclipse stares your 9th house of philosophy, travel, and higher learning, and a worldview you have carried may quietly dissolve to make room for something truer. A journey, a course of study, or a spiritual question could reach resolution. Stay curious about what you are becoming certain of. Leo, fresh off your own solar eclipse on August the 12th, this lunar eclipse dives into your 8th house of deep intimacy and shared finances. A debt, an inheritance matter, or an emotional entanglement reaches a reckoning. Vulnerability is the assignment. What you release here, financially or emotionally, frees energy for the next chapter your sign just opened. Libra, your 6th house of work and health gets a thorough clearing. A draining routine, an unsustainable workload, or a habit that no longer serves your body comes up for release. Listen to what your energy levels have been telling you all year. This eclipse makes the necessary changes feel less optimal, and that is a gift. Scorpio, romance and creativity peak. The eclipse illuminates your 5th house of love affairs, art, and pleasure, bringing a heart-centered storyline to its emotional crescendo. A romance deepens or completes a creative project, demand to be finished or finally shared. Feel it all fully. Pisces energy rewards the open heart, and yours runs deeper than most. Sagittarius, home is where the feelings are. The eclipse lands in your 4th house of home, family roots, foundation, and emotions around your living situation. Your family or your past come flooding in. A domestic chapter may close, a move, a family shift, an old wound finally addressed. Let the tide come in. It is carrying something out. Capricorn, the truth gets spoken. With eclipse in your 3rd house of communication, a conversation you have been postponing finally happens, or a piece of information surfaces that changes your understanding. Words carry unusually weight now, including yours. Say the true thing kindly. A sibling, a neighbor, or a daily connection may feature prominently. Aquarius, money clarity arise. This eclipse moves through your 2nd house of income and self-worth, bringing a financial matter to a head. A source of income ending or transforming. A spending pattern revealed. A question of what you are truly worth. The deeper release is any old story that undervalues you. Let that one go first. How to move through the eclipse week. Journal, journal, journal. Pisces eclipse speaks through feelings, dreams, intuitive nudges. Write them down. Their meaning often becomes clearer weeks later. Don't force big decisions during the eclipse week. Information is still surfacing. Let the dust settle before your sign commit or declare. Hydrated and rest. Pisces rules the subtle and the subconscious, and eclipse weeks are notoriously tiring. Treat sleep as sacred. Save release rituals after the eclipse. Traditionally, astrology wisdom holds that eclipse energy is too chaotic to harness in the moment. Watch, feel, and witness on the night itself. Then in the days